Welcome, everybody. Hopefully, first of our several Ask Me Anything segments. We took a bunch of community questions to me, the game store, about what we do, how we do things, and just anything you guys want to know. And so we're going to answer those today and go over some of those. But we've got a list of questions. Hopefully, we'll be able to get through all of them. Feel free to post, comment if you have any questions or want to know anything from me. We want to start with the first question.
Yeah. So you want to start with a pretty easy one?
Let's start with easy ones.
All right. What was your favorite model you have ever painted?
My favorite model that I've ever painted. Man, I've painted a lot. I think the one that really stands out to me that was just super fun to paint was a really old one. It's the old Bretonian Green Knight, way back in the day. The metal version. I think I had so much fun with that one just because of the leaf details and the barding on the horse and everything. So an old Bretonian Green Knight of the forest was probably my favorite one to paint. I remember that was really what kind of jumped me into wanting to get better at painting. Made me want to actually kind of take some more time and learn some more techniques. Since then, there have been so many. I mean, there's been a ton that have come out that Games Workshop has made that have just been spectacular models. The Magnus, the Red, the Mortarions, all the Primarchs have been a ton of fun. But yeah, that old Bretonian Green Knight from way back in the day was probably what kind of set everything off. So,
what's the one that you're the most proud of? Like that you still would like bring up pictures and be like, I painted that.
Oh man, man, what would I be with the model that I've been most proud of? I don't know. I kind of push myself on every one. So each one I'll try and do different things, whether it be lighting effects or non-metallic metal or whatever. And so every one is kind of an experiment of what can I do? How can I do better? What can I do? I just kind of, like I said, I kind of just try and do new things and start over and go from there. So
let's see. Jacob just asked, what model took you the longest to paint?
Oh man,
the ones you haven't finished.
Right. So there's two parts to that question. One, which one took me the longest to kind of fully form an idea on and get going, and then get it from start to finish. And that's I'm still working on this the Conquest Tantor giant, and actually the dinosaur itself, the Tantor, the Brontosaurus. I've got a pretty good idea. It's just all the little dudes and other dinosaurs that go all over his base. I haven't kind of gotten to where I want to finish those yet. The model that took the longest to paint, I don't have it anymore, but probably that I just took the most time on was a corn brass scorpion from Forge World. And I went airbrush stenciled skulls and chaos symbols all over it, and I really took my time. I think that one took a solid month of just layering and painting and airbrushing and back and forth. I think somewhere on the Facebook early pictures, if you go far enough back on our Storm Cove Facebook, there's a picture of it somewhere.
We'll have to hunt and see if we can find that picture.
So I find the pictures, yeah.
Moving away from painting, we got a question on the Discord that says, how is it getting to work with your family, especially your sons, now that we've hired the boys? Now that we've hired the boys. So those of you who are local and come in quite often, yes, my two sons work at the store. My oldest is, 19? Mm-hmm. And my youngest is about to be 17. So they are managing that alongside school and all of that. But no, it's been good. Sometimes it is hard to be manager boss versus dad, and being able to tell them that I need something done a certain way and expect them to just jump and do it like I would an employee or somebody, versus now I got to go home with that person and explain to them that whatever is going on. But same thing, my wife Jennifer is our bookkeeper and kind of store manager, just kind of keeps us all in line. And it's good because we get to see each other throughout the day. We get to interact. We get to hang out.
and we've all kind of found our niches in the hobby at the store. But we do very much when we're at the store, it's business, employee. We get our stuff done. We have our jobs and we do those, and we just move on. So I think it's been good. I'm curious to see where they go, my sons, where they take it from here. If hopefully they're learning life lessons about money and all that good stuff and time management. But sometimes it's a little bit hard to teach them those lessons as dad, but also as boss.
Let's see. So then jumping from painting and then working with your family, Derek asked, how many Star Wars Unlimited packs have you opened?
I don't know that I want to answer that question. I have opened a fair share.
There's some business decisions that were put aside.
So the beauty of being a store owner is that a lot of times you can get promo things or comp things for doing special events, or if you're going to run things. So there are several that I have been able to basically work as getting either damaged boxes or things like that. So I have opened a lot. I've opened my fair share. Let's just put it that way. I'm not. I don't know that I want to say a number, but it is a significant number.
So I'll ask you a question then, because that's not something that in the course of the 14 years that we've been open, that you've been super into a card game in a long time.
Right.
So what about Star Wars Unlimited got you back into playing cards?
That's a good question. Yeah. So I've been playing this new fun game called owning a game store and running my own business for a long time. And so a lot of the games that have come around, Magic and Warhammer and things that I used to be able to have time for, I don't really anymore. Being able to make time for myself and being able to take some time and get back into my own hobbies and actually enjoy the game. I really don't know what it is about Star Wars Unlimited that really kind of brought me back in. Obviously, I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan ever since I watched the movies growing up as a kid. And I'm talking the originals, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. I've always loved the ships and the star and the freighters and the transport ships and things like that. And being able to play them the way that the game has a space and a ground zone is just really intriguing. You get to do both. You get to have, and then this most recent set was the pilot set. So you have all of these cards that interact with your vehicles. And so knowing the specifications of the different freighters and fighters and transports and things like that. So it's always been very intriguing, but I think Fantasy Flight has also done very well about keeping the game balanced. They've been making sure to address problem cards, basically making sure that the game is fun and interesting. I've enjoyed it a lot. So it's been really fun to get back into a card game. It's just been enjoyable. I've liked it. And they're continuing to put out new stuff, and it's been interesting.
So if you want to learn Star Wars Unlimited, Aaron will teach you.
Yes, and I was fortunate enough to go to the regional qualifiers in Minneapolis this last week. I got to hang out with a bunch of our customers that were able to go as well. So it was fun playing around with them, hanging out, heading to the after party and being able to do just hang out and go play games and not worry about
and not
store owner. So met a bunch of the guys. The KTOD guys were super chill and a lot of fun. We got to hang out with those guys a little bit. Rochester TCG, we got to hang out with those guys and talk to them, catch up from the old Jasco days and stuff like that. So, but it was a lot of fun to be able to go and be a gamer again. So hopefully I'll be able to do some more of that in the future. So
let's see. So now we're going to jump back to family.
Okay.
Because Michael Peary says, when are we adopting Jordan?
Honestly, I don't know. I kind of have already, or at least he's at least an honorary Eldridge. He's been with us since the beginning. We opened the store on 34th Street in, what was it, 2011? Mm-hmm. 2011, and I think we hired him probably
senior year.
3 or 4 months into us being open. We hired him to part-time, like super part-time, to clean bathrooms and clean tables and sort chairs and stuff like that. So if he's not already, he's basically as close to a third kid as he's ever going to get. So, so Jordan, consider yourself adopted.
So now I've got another question about kind of the store. If you had magical leprechaun money that could only be used on doing a store upgrade, what would you choose to do?
Oh man, so many things. I think that's the thing is like, we're always trying to improve and get better and have better things, better tables, better chairs, better everything, better AC, better lights, whatever. So we're always trying to do things like that. If I could just do whatever I wanted, I'd add probably another, 3,000 square feet or something, really kind of expand, add more tables, add more chairs, add more product space, and just really kind of expand out. We've been working on it slowly but surely, trying to kind of theme the store and kind of get with our branding. But the theming has always been kind of an abandoned warehouse that at the end of the world, the apocalypse ended, and we found our games and we found our community again, and this is where we kind of rebuild. We're completely unplugged, so everything is just face-to-face community, playing games, learning new games, experiencing new things, and things like that. So kind of going through and finishing out that feel of what that would look like. So kind of putting some of the more decorative on the wall. But if you've been around lately, we've been able to frame up a lot of our vintage posters and things like that. So we've been able to do things like that. But also, we've kind of branched into the live stream and
we're unplugged, except that now we're streaming.
Right, and so we're showing off to the world via the internet our gaming and things like that. So getting the streaming tables a little bit more sophisticated, extra cameras and things like that has been a lot of fun for us to see you guys interacting with those and coming and watching the videos and watching the live streams and things like that. So, so I had magic leprechaun money. I would finish all the projects I need to do that I've been trying to do and get done, freshen up, and I'd add a bunch more space. But I think without moving, I don't know that we can actually do that. So unless a couple of the spots around us vacate, then I don't know.
And the leprechaun money shows up.
Yeah, and the leprechaun money shows up. So
this one is more about the community, and I think this is a 40K oriented player. Aaron asked, was there a huge influx of players after the Escalation League and LubbockCon? If so, are you planning on expanding or hosting more events to accommodate more people?
Yeah, so we actually had a great turnout from LubbockCon. That is our chance to get out in front of the average everyday person who may or may not know about Warhammer or Magic or Pokemon or any of those things, and we really get to talk to them and really show them what we are about and what the community can hold, and to show that we're not all crazy, want to hide in our basements gamers, right? We're there for everybody. So we did see a pretty good influx of new gamers, people trying Warhammer for the first time, or just miniature games in general. So as far as events, so one of the things, and thank you, Derek, for kind of kicking my butt to get it going, but our summer bingo league is just about playing games. So we have a bingo card that you can come and purchase at the store. Every game that you play as one of the listed factions or against one of the listed factions gets you a sticker or a stamp. And then once you fill out a bingo, it's going to enter you into a prize for a raffle. And so you don't have to win the game. It's just play the game, a minimum of 1,000 points. And we've got that set up for Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40K. And that's going to be running through the summer just to really come, hang out, play a quick game. It can be a long game. It could be a short game. It could be a learning game. You could be playing in a tournament. All those account. And at the end, we'll just have one big party where we'll do a bunch of raffles and prizes and things like that to give away for people who are playing different games. So, yes, that's something that we strive for. Some of the things that we look for is opportunities in the community to really show those off. And we really could not do that without our demo core, without our demoers. Some of our guys have been with us since our first LubbockCon, which was, 8 years ago?
Almost 10.
Almost 10 years ago, okay. Almost 10 years ago, where we did our passport to gaming and we showed people how to play miniatures, paint miniatures, play card games. And so they go wherever we ask them to. for not much more than a free ticket to whatever it is, a t-shirt and some pizza. And so thank you guys for all of that. But that is really the community that is growing and showing that there's a place for everybody. When you're here playing, it's about playing the game and learning the system and loving the lore and joining that community. And we don't really care what's going on outside or where things are. Just come and play a game and have fun. Leave your daily cares aside for a while and just come and hang out with us. So yes. So as far as that goes, we have those. We have, I believe, we have an escalation league coming up in late July or August. That'll be a little bit more of a competitive ITC league coming up, and then our Obsidian Gulf story campaign is kind of continuously going. And always got games, so you can always find things like that. So, and then we're always open for suggestions or ideas. So if you have an idea for a beginner league or a pro-am league or something like that you want to run or see run, bring it up to us, let us know, and we'll try and get it on the schedule as quick as we can. We're struggling with our own success at this point that there's only so many weekends and only so many tables that we have available. And so we try and accommodate as much as we can, and we don't really, I don't want to say gatekeep, we don't really stop anything from happening if that's something that we want to do. So if you have a suggestion, let us know. Message us here at the Facebook or even on the Discord. Just let us know what you want to see, and we'll make sure we can make it happen. And
for the 40K players, especially if they were new from Lubbock-Con, we do have something big in the end of the summer.
Right. Yeah. So our grand tournament, Wasteland Wars, is in September. It's the first weekend in September. It is a 2-day grand tournament event. It is a little bit more competitive. We do get players from kind of all over, Dallas and Austin, Oklahoma, New Mexico, kind of all over. But that's a big event, usually 40 to almost 50 players at that 2-day event. We hosted at an off-site venue at the Science Spectrum. And this year we've added the Conquest portion of that. So the Conquest Last Argument of Kings tournament will be there as well. We're growing. So yeah, it's like, wherever or however you want to play your game, just jump in and we will make something for you for that. So
Max Rowe says hi. He doesn't live in Lubbock anymore, Max, but he's gotten into Warhammer.
Good. It's about time. You should have started when you were
Grey Knights at the moment.
Okay, Grey Knights.
Yeah. So that's hi, good. Max. And then Brad asked where we got the glass display cabinets. It's a really secret place, right?
Oh, right, yeah. For our front, around our cash wrap at the front, those are generic storesupplywarehouse.com. We just ordered them and put them together.
I think the display that we keep the miniatures in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that is a little bit different story. So those are IKEA Detolf, DETOLF shelves. I don't know that IKEA actually makes those anymore. I think they discontinued them. But if you Google or Amazon Detolf shelf, you'll find some Temu cut rate version of the same ones. But those only come with 4 glass shelves. So I had to go online and do some hunting, and I found a Detolf expansion pack shelf kit, and they come with little 3D printed brackets for the wires, and then those ones are clear acrylic shelves to put on there, so you can expand and put more shelves in that single Detolf. And then I haven't installed them yet, but we've upgraded our lighting for them, so those should be getting upgraded on the lighting soon.
He said that so.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yep. And we had a question about the Midland store.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this was from a Midland player. Were you expecting such a strong community for what is considered a very niche hobby? And what's been your most hell yeah, this is what I love the most moment, seeing or talking with people in shared hobbies that they discovered through Stormcrow?
So that's a lot to unpack. So Midland, I'll start with
strong
Midland.
Community. Yeah.
No, I was very worried about putting a store in Midland. Not because I was scared of being able to, but of how long it was going to take to get people to find us. And so I was very apprehensive, but it was day one. We did our grand opening. I think we put out 2 Facebook posts, and we had, I don't know, almost 100 people in the store on day one. So it just really affirmed for me that there was people were looking for that in Midland. They were looking for what we had to offer. And then as far as my hell yeah moment for Midland, man, every time we do a tournament or something and we get 10 or 20 people there, or we do a Warhammer 40K, and I just see everybody out there playing. And then even though that maybe the space has been taken up by 40K, in the background there's Magic, and then there's some D&D guys, and so everybody is using that play space for whatever their hobby is. So I think, I mean, man, it just continuously surprises me every day that just we get more and more people showing up, coming to play and paint and harass Taylor.
Yeah, it's a huge shout out to Taylor for
my manager
pushing
down
us
there.
Down that way.
Yeah, he's a big drive for that, and Aaron coming on so quick and being willing to be kind of the only employee down there for right now. We really appreciate everybody down there. The community is great. The knowledge down there is really good, and I think the excitement for Warhammer 40K, for BattleTech, for Lorcana, for Alestrals, right? That's a card game that we actually don't carry up here in Lubbock right now, but the community in Midland was really excited about it, so we brought it in, and they've just started it on fire. Reconnecting with some of our friends, our Pokemon friends, Adam and those guys down there, and kind of starting up the Pokemon group down there has been just super exciting. So seeing it grow every day, and when I see people bring in their friend and go, hey, this is what that place I was telling you about, check it out, and then you guys look around and you find the new paint, or you find the new brushes, or the airbrushes, or whatever it is that we've got in at the time, watching you guys kind of show each other where the space is. So hopefully it will have the good problem of having to outgrow that space very quickly. So we'll see what the future brings on that. So
we're getting close to being done. So for our last question, this comes from Derek again.
Okay.
Will you ever finish the Eldar? And he added, it's been 27 years.
It has been. So, okay. Listen. The Eldar have gone through several iterations. There was, at least at one point, a time where I had a full, I think 2,000, whatever we were playing at the time, 1850 or 2,000 point army that was completely done. But I just own so many Eldar I don't know. That is a daunting task. So yes, they will eventually be done.
You'll either sell off enough that you can finish it.
Well, and so I did trade off a lot of my old medals when the new plastic Aspect Warriors came out. I kind of upgraded all of those. So I have cleared out a lot of my old medals, or converted a lot of the 3rd and 4th gen metal models that before they became fine cast. That are the right scale to the plastic. So I've got a little bit of all of that. So yeah, I think at last count, but this is before points updates and things like that, I think I was right at about 20,000 points, 22,500 points of Eldar. So when I have time to sit down and paint, I will make a concerted effort.
So Derek in Midland,
Okay.
he said, look, the path of the Eldar is long and rough. Is a long and rough one. There's some commisery.
Yes,
with
yes. Thank you. You understand what I'm saying. And there's just so many gemstones, and the vision I have for this army is another one that I wanted to do mostly airbrush designs. But what I don't want to do is that I want to just have the kind of carbon copy stencils where everybody puts the hex grid, and I'm not saying that's bad for anybody that's done that, but I just see it too much, and so I wanted to come up with custom stencils and things like that. So I've got a vision for what the army is going to look like. I have a vision for what it's going to look like completely done. I just need GW to slow down on changing everything, so I don't have to keep refreshing all the models. And it's not their fault that it takes me 5 years in between refreshes for me to figure out what I'm doing. So, so eventually, I guess
we'll have a party.
We'll someday. Yes. when I get it done,
finished.
When the Eldar are finished, we'll have a big party. Part of it is too, I need somewhere to put them when I'm done. So it's like I haven't figured out with the display board for that, because it would have to be massive. So yes, eventually the Eldar will get done. It is not this day. So we'll have to figure that out. So
that wraps us up for questions.
Okay.
So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you give us some more for the next time we do this. But
Give us some feedback. We're going to try and cut this up and put it on a video as a YouTube so you can find it a little bit easier on our YouTube channel, Stormcrow Games. If you've already found our live streams and our live feeds, go ahead and keep watching those. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. We're growing our
learning.
community. Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. We're taking it over from scratch. So thank you guys. Again, this has been a lot of fun. If you guys need anything else, let us know, and we'll talk to you again soon.